going on YouTube? This is Bands and Weights with another full body workout. Today I was showing you the timer. Hopefully I could get through this all in 45 minutes. So first exercise is the safety bar squat. With each band, the way that it's folded over, it's an extra 70 pounds of resistance on each side. Plus the safety bar itself is 70 pounds. It's not the normal 45 pound bar. So this is just a warm-up set here before I get into my working sets. For the most part today, the working sets I did 2 to 3 sets because it is a full body program, and hopefully I could come back in tomorrow to do some more, but at the latest Monday I'll be back in the gym hitting all my body parts again. So, and also another goal was if it's anything that I was able to get at least 15 reps in, I went up in the weight until I couldn't get 15 anymore. So like here's my first working set. I believe I hit 15 pretty easy with this weight. So it was a 25 plate on each side plus the 70 pounds each side of resistance plus the 70 pound bar. And I'm doing box squats because it kind of gives me like a destination of how far to go down and come back up. It's not quite parallel, but for me it's close enough. You could do this without the box. You could do it ass to grass, as they call it, direct parallel. I just prefer to do it this way because that's just me, but it's like I tested. That's about like between like a 1.5 inches and 2 inches from parallel, so it's not really gonna make that much of a difference, I don't believe. But some people, then like you don't have to use the safety bar or the bands as well. Like all these exercises that I do use the bands with, you could use without the bands, or you could use like the normal bar or anything like that. I'm just showing you what I do for, but anything I'm doing you could modify it to the way that you want to do it. Like say like if you just want to use dumbbells instead of the bar, you could do the exercises that I do using dumbbells. It's not that big of a deal really. I'm just showing you my program as far as me getting back into the shape that I was once in. I'm not like really out of shape like that probably, but for me myself I feel like I'm out of shape. So that's what's most important, is how you yourself feel about yourself, and I feel like I could be and do a lot better than what I was doing. So decided to pick up some of my old workout habits and pick it up from there. So from there I did my sets there. Then I went to the bench. Now the orange bands at the top add like 40 pounds of resistance, and when it's at the bottom it's probably about half of that. That's the same thing with the squat. Like at the bottom of the squat it's probably about half, so like 35 each side at the bottom, and as you push through it the resistance increases. So by the time I reach the top of the exercises, that's when the full potential of the bands kick in. There I could get a overload as well in my strongest position in each exercise, because there's nothing wrong with doing weights by itself, but you can only lift as much as you could get out of your weakest position. So as it said, like your weakest position is obviously a lot weaker than your strongest position. So by me adding the bands, I'm attacking my weak positions and everything in between up into my strongest position. So if people wanted, well, why won't he just add extra weight itself on there instead of using the bands? Well, the bands help me overload me when I'm at my strongest point too, but with that amount of weight I probably wanted to be able to get either as many reps or be able to get out of the bottom position with that amount of resistance and weight on it. So here I hit stiff leg deadlifts, this to hit the hamstrings, and also this hits the back as well. A lot of people treat deadlifts as just a leg exercise, but it's pretty much a full body exercise outside of chest, if you will, because you still hit your calves to a certain extent. With this variation I don't really know too much about the quads being involved because it's stiff leg, but the hammies, the posterior train, and then like back, upper back, traps, all that get hit. And pretty much all the exercises the same principles apply. If I was able to get 15 reps, I went up in weight a little bit, normally like a 10 on each side or something like that, like to try to gauge it out. It did. And the reason why I chose to do full body, like pretty much like a traditional full body workout like this, instead of what I was gonna do at first, or doing like a body part split or any other kind of split, because from the research as far as fat loss, if you will, they say full body is best for that because you working your entire body each workout. So, and for me, like my goal is not necessarily picking up extra strength or muscle size issue, if you will, right now, but it's more so trying to burn off the extra fat that I picked up. Then as I get through that phase, I may go to an upper lower or push pull legs or something like that. I probably won't do a body part split because of my work schedule is so up and down, and with a body part split, if you miss a day, it kind of throws off your whole week, to where either you gotta try to double up the next day, you go and do 2 workouts in one day, or your whole schedule just get thrown off. Or depending on how I feel about full body, and if I do make gains in this while trying to lose fat, I might go ahead and stick with full body. But anywho, after that, I did overhead press, the standing variation. This way, like, you kind of hit your core as well, because you got to try to stand and stabilize yourself while you pushing the weight over your head. So your core gets a good workout with this too. Even though seated, you could push a lot more weight, but standing seems like it works so much better for what I'm actually trying to do. Like, not really too concerned about how much weight I'm pushing to a certain degree, like not trying to max out or anything. It's just trying to get in that good work and that good burn. So like the weight numbers for me really don't really matter to me. Like for a lot of people, the number that you lift don't matter unless you a power lifter or you have to lift for a certain amount for whatever sport that you playing, if that's a thing. But you just trying to look good or whatever, or it says for like your general health, don't really make the number that you lift in the main focus. Like, yes, still work hard in your workout. Like, don't just pick up weight that you know that you could lift 100 times or something like that. But you shouldn't really be worried about how much you lifted compared to the next person. Like, really, if most people just worried about themselves in the gym, they'd probably be more consistent and stay through their program longer and just concentrate on your own work. Now with this here, I got this from a guy from my old gym. It's like a pullover and press and close grip combination. It's not too close, but it's a lot closer than what my normal grip on bench press is. So get a little tricep work, a little bit more back work, a little bit more chest work. So it's touching up on things, like not nothing too heavy for the bench wise. This is more so to prioritize the pullover. The bench motion, it says extra thing added to it. So really I'm prioritizing the weight for the pullover more so than anything else. Then immediately after that, did a superset here with kettlebell swings. That way hit some more legs and shoulders and some more upper back. With this kettlebell, I think I had 53 or 55 pound. It was one of those two. I think I got in 15 with these as well. I kind of want to try the 70 pounder next time I go back, since I did get 15 if I'm not mistaken. Then my core circuit, learned this from when I had a weightlifting class in college. It's pretty much you do, like, I think it's like 4 or 5 exercises here back to back to back. Like this, no matter what, no matter if I'm at the gym or if I can't make the gym, this is something I will do every day because I know it works, because I done it years ago and it actually works wonders. Like hitting your core like that, like you don't have to do 1,000 sit-ups or crunches in a day. So as long as you attack your core and push it to the best of your ability. Like here I think I did 15 for each exercise and did planks for 30 seconds. But as time goes on and my endurance goes up, then I'll probably do 20 to 25 reps with it, or certain things I could add little small weights to it, I will, and probably plank for 45 seconds. I probably won't go past a minute on the planks part of it, but I think you kind of get the idea. As things start to get easier for me, I'm gonna continuously to push myself to make them back hard again, which is something that you have to do if you want change in your body to happen. You can't just stay in the same spot doing the same amount of weight and reps and sets forever and think you're gonna keep getting better. If eventually you're gonna plateau, and if you don't push yourself, you're just gonna be stuck there. So if you could do something, let's say if you could do 225 10 times, you could probably do that the next workout just to be sure, but then after that you should at least try to go up to 230 or 235 to see if you could get that for 10. And if you only get it for 8 or 9, that's cool, because now you got a new goal to get that for 10, which is another good thing about going up. Once you get to a certain point is you set new goals for yourself that you'll want to meet, which means that you'll want to come back to the gym to meet those goals. So it's kind of like, okay, I met this goal, now let me go to the next level, then the next level, then the next level. Then you keep doing that until eventually you got to find a different way to make things challenging for you. Let's just say if you can't go up in weight no more, now you at that weight and you can't go past it, that's your threshold, if you will. Now you can just add reps to it. See if you, okay, let's try to get 12 reps since I'm stuck at 10. Let's try to do this, let's try to do that. And that was the workout for the day. And walking over, see how much time I had left on the timer. And I got it in right on time. I honestly though, like a lot of people may say I'm being hard on myself for the amount of work that I did, but I